Greetings from the Savage Chamber of Commerce. We are here today to meet one of our candidates for school board in Prior Lake Savage Schools. My name's Jennifer Harmoning with the Savage Chamber, and I'd like to turn it over to our moderator today, Carter Sharp.
Hi, my name is Carter Sharp. I am a member of the Savage Advisory Board, and I'm excited to host this forum for Mary Frantz. She is running for school board this year, and we're going to get started right away. We're going to give her an introduction. She's going to give herself an introduction, and we'll get it going right away. Mary, thanks for being here. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to run for office.
Okay, well, I've been serving and advocating for public education for going on 32 years now in various capacities, from K through 12 and post-secondary and undergraduate and graduate program options. I'm a wife, mother of three. My oldest passed away a few years ago, but I'm also a business owner. I'm an executive leader. I am a board member, not only on the school, currently on the school board, but also on several other nonprofit and corporate boards. I'm also a hiring manager who hires right out of high school with certifications, as well as advanced post-secondary degrees and experience. So I've run the gamut with the companies that I'm in, I've been a resident of Savage and Prior Lake for nearly 20 years. All of my three kids went to a combination of public, private, and charter schools based upon their individual unique needs, and all of them participated in Prior Lake Athletic for Youth Sports. My experience in education includes volunteering earlier on in other states and districts as a reading and math interventionist for K through 3. I've also taught GED courses. I taught the TOEFL, which is the English equivalency course for Eden Prairie Community Ed, and I tutored the civics and the Constitution test when it was still required. So that was a long time ago. When my kids were in school, I volunteered as a coach for Math League, Knowledge Bowl, and robotics. And I also tried to help the play coaches and volunteer wherever I could for play, although I wouldn't consider that my most shining moments because the sports stuff wasn't really my forte, but I did my best. I still teach and lecture at the undergraduate and graduate levels, mainly at my alma maters and at some other schools who invite me in to be a guest lecturer. I've also individually and tutored approximately 50 high school students from several districts: Prior Lake Savage, Woodbury, Minnetonka, Wayzata, Apple Valley, Burnsville, and Shakopee. I sat on the executive board for the Minnesota Academy of Science for 6 years. And after I retired from that in 2021, I continued to mentor 6th through 12th graders who submitted their science projects. I am also a state finalist judge for the high school, Minnesota Science and Engineering Fairs, and the Junior Sciences, Humanity, and Engineering Fairs, which is the paper competition. The other one is the project competition, so they kind of play off each other. During COVID, I taught online courses for the Minnesota State Universities for Cyber for Heroes. I also helped build laptops for kids across the state, mostly in my district, but also in North Minneapolis and South St. Paul, who needed laptops or computers for at-home learning. So I put together a program for that. I individually built about 32 of those computers and then partnered with others to distribute them throughout the various districts. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for public education. I grew up in the public education system, and I do feel that I have a duty to give back, and the reason why I'm running is I want to serve my community. And I believe that I have some unique skills in various areas that allows me to do that effectively, and I believe my track record of already serving on the school board for 2 terms speaks for itself.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, we're going to go to the next question. We have a 1.5-minute response on this one. What do you believe the school's role is in preparing for our future workforce?
Well, our school's role is pretty critical, considering that I work in a job that didn't even exist until 15 years after I graduated with my degrees. So the school's role is really to prepare them for the future. The market needs are advancing at a lightning speed, And what the school should be doing is teaching kids how to learn, not what to learn, but how to learn it so that they're able to adapt to the changing environment. And they also have choices. The foundation from learning is really developing the ability to think critically. And some say that this enables them to be lifelong learners, which is what I'm really hoping. If you look at the Fortune, Newsweek, Business Week, Wall Street Journal, and Forbes articles about the problems that they're currently having with Gen Z, about their inability to actually do work all the time and be able to understand what it means to be a passionate advocate for that particular organization, which has been coming out. It really comes back to the idea that we need to teach kids how to think, not what to think. And we need to teach kids how to learn and how to fail forward when they do learn so that they can learn and continue to grow and adapt to the ever-changing community that we live in.
Thank you very much. So we'll go on to the next question. What is your top priority as a school board member?
Well, the top priority, everyone talks about academic excellence, but academic excellence isn't just centered on MCAs and grades and test scores, because those are lagging indicators and not leading indicators. What we really need to do is create a codependence of not only investment in that ability for critical thinking, in that ability for adaptive learning, but also basically to help the kids learn how to learn in just about every subject. Now, our MCA scores started falling before COVID. And what we see statistically is that COVID kind of pushed it off of the proverbial cliff, so to speak, because our traditional education methods were not adapted to that. And also our systems and support in the schools were not adaptive to the needs of something like a pandemic and something like the individual learning needs that we actually found were coming out at that time. So what I'd like to do is focus on the critical thinking and the investment into the curriculums that are going to help propel us into that critical thinking area. And eventually the test scores, the MCAs, et cetera, will rebound, and they'll rebound and be stronger than ever. I also want to add that Minnesota has been 50 out of 50 states, ranked the last state out of 50 states in STEM for quite some time. That did not happen overnight, and the fix is to our current testing standards and our academic excellence is also not going to happen overnight. So we need to be patient.
Thank you very much, Mary. Our third question is, what changes would you like to see made in our district and or within our schools?
Well, I see three changes. One, I'd like to include and enhance community engagement. We've come a long way on that, but also we're expecting the community to come to the schools instead of the schools coming to the community. And a lot of the misinformation and disinformation, misunderstanding, et cetera, comes from that lack of concerted engagement and mutual accountability for the success of our schools. The second thing I'd like to do is see a better investment in that academic excellence from a standards perspective that actually focuses, again, on the critical thinking, which includes replacement of some of our current traditional curriculums. And we're already on the way there with our middle school and our elementary math curriculum, but we still have a long way to go. That will take investment. The other thing I'd like to see is more curricular opportunities at all grade levels that include experiential learning. Currently, we have MinCaps, and we've got different programs where the students reach out into the community and gain that professional knowledge, but we really don't have it that it's available at the varying grade levels. And also, we also have an issue in certain areas of socioeconomic access. For instance, if kids want to do engineering and robotics, they have to have time after school, and many other school districts have brought those capabilities in to be curricular and not actually require parents to have the time and the money to get the computers and the time to pick up their kids after school, as well as the resources to do that.
Thank you very much. So we're on to the closing remarks. Why are you the best candidate to represent our area?
So first of all, there's the electors have the electorate has a choice of 3 candidates, not just one. So I'd like to see basically diversity of thought and a lot of different skills coming onto the board. I believe that I am one of the candidates that should serve and continue to serve on the board because I believe I bring a unique perspective. I've also weathered a lot of crises with the school district, and I feel like I'm kind of hardened with that. So I'm prepared for the challenges coming forward, and those challenges will be great. I also feel that my position as an executive running companies with budgets larger than the school district gives me a unique perspective, and also my experience in education gives me a unique perspective. So I would appreciate everyone's vote as one of 3 candidates, and hopefully we can all come together and do the best that we possibly can for our kids in our district and our community.
Well, thank you very much, Mary. We really appreciate you taking the time. It's wonderful to get to know you a little bit more. I think it's really important as a Savage resident to be able to put basically a name with a face and have this opportunity to have this forum for everyone. So on behalf of the Savage Advisory Chamber and with the help of Jennifer, I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Carter, and thank you, Mary. This is one of our Meet the Candidates programs for the Savage Chamber. They are all online at the Savage Chamber website and at the Savage Chamber YouTube page. Our final event will be Monday morning, October 7th, a live stream of a debate with Angie Craig and Joe Tayrab for Congressional District 2. So please tune into that. That will also reside on our website and YouTube page once the recordings become available.